Welcome to Conversations with Body and Mind with myself, Nirvana Lange. Body and Mind is your health and wellness online directory. And coming up in today's conversation, I'll be talking to Monica Costa, and she's going to be telling us all about specialized kinesiology. Good afternoon, Monica. How are you doing?
I'm good in yourself, Nirvana.
Great, can't complain. Thank you. Well, tell us a little bit about your discovery of kinesiology, your path, your road and journey that led you to saying this is what I want to do, and how did you come to seeing that this is a brilliant tool um, for healing and for finding out what is that, what are those issues that are underlying the traumas in our lives.
So when I was younger, I always had a passion to help people feel better. And at that point, I hadn't discovered kinesiology. So I thought that going to the beauty and body industry would be what would help people feel better. So I did the body and the beauty. I did holistic therapies, your massage therapies, aromatherapy, reflexology, all of that. And then I opened up my own business within a wellness center. And that was okay for a while, but I realized with doing all of that, that people were only better for a little bit. It wasn't solving like life's bigger problems, and it wasn't long term. And then I developed carpal tunnel syndrome in my wrist, and they wanted to operate. And I had the wellness center that I was working at had a kinesiologist. It was owned by a kinesiologist. So she offered to do a few sessions on me around why I had this carpal tunnel syndrome pain. And it was amazing. Like within 3 sessions, I wasn't in pain anymore. I didn't need to go for the surgery. And she had tapped into some mental and emotional stuff that it was one of those, how did you even know that about me? And when I saw the change and the effect it had on me and how it worked, I thought I have to go study this because this is now what I've been looking for, to have that long-term change and effect in people's lives. So that's how I got into kinesiology.
Yeah, that's I love kinesiology. I did 2 levels in kinesiology also because of my own experience and realizing how fantastic it was, because it really bypasses the mind and the story and the belief systems
Yeah.
and really goes like peeling an onion, like and it's a constant thing. Okay, so before I'm telling you about kinesiology, why don't you tell us about kinesiology? What it is, what is the magic about it, and what is the benefits?
So, that's one of the most difficult questions to answer. Like, what is kinesiology? Because to explain it in words without being able to experience it is quite challenging. So, kinesiology is basically the art of muscle testing, or what we now call muscle monitoring. And it's a way of communicating with the person's body via their nervous system to see, okay, well, what's happening within the whole body, whether it's organs, glands, mental, emotional, it doesn't matter. So kinesiology, what I say, is kind of like a new language. The
Mm.
same way you would go and learn something like French or English, learning how to muscle monitor with kinesiology is exactly the same way as learning a new language. Because what we do as specialized kinesiologists is we know how to interpret what the body is trying to say through the muscle monitoring. So it really is just a communication system from a scientific perspective. Okay, it is all based on science. Many people ask me, but how does this work? Is it scientific? Yes, it is. It's, looking at the circuitry between the muscles and the bones and the brain and the nervous system, the organs, the glands, everything. So that's the gist of kinesiology, and it comes from applied kinesiology, which was developed in the early 1900s. What we do in South Africa, known as specialized kinesiology, is we take it past just being a physical structural thing, because that's where it started with applied kinesiology, is just the physical structural. So what we do now is we look at somebody from a holistic perspective. People will come and see a kinesiologist because they've got some type of symptom. And I mean, symptoms vary. It could be just headaches or backache. It could be depression, anxiety, allergies. The list is endless. And what we do is we say, okay, well, we acknowledge that the system has symptoms or that is presenting with symptoms, but if we are made with an innate intelligence within us that is meant to keep us whole and healthy, why is the system not doing that? And that's what we use specialized kinesiology for, is we look at a person from a mental, emotional, biochemical, structural, energetic perspective and see where the body is not coping or the nervous system is not coping appropriately or adapting appropriately. And with all the procedures and protocols that we're taught, we're able to call it a reset or a reprogram the innate healing system so that it can start doing what it's innately designed to do. And your system is designed to keep you in a state of recuperation, in a state of health. So that's kind of the gist summary version of kinesiology. And it's great because we're always working towards a cause. So like you can have 5 clients with the same symptom, let's say they all come in with headaches. When you start working on their systems, you will start seeing that they don't all come from the same cause. One client might have headaches because of emotional stuff that they're not dealing with. Another one might be because of a structural misalignment. Another one might be because they're deficient in some sort of supplement or mineral or nutrient. And the minute you identify why the person has that symptom and find the cause, and that's what you treat, then the symptoms go away on their own.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of the kinesiology, is you can address a person according to who they are and not just shove everybody into like a little box of this is how we're going to treat everything.
Wonderful. And so I know that a lot of people also, environment is also one of the things that can affect a person, whether you're around too much technology and towers around you, and you don't understand why you're not sleeping, you're headache, you're grumpy, you're depressed, or whatever the case may be. So there's also that sense that there's an environmental aspect to.
Totally.
Yeah.
So we'd call that an environmental or geopathic stress. And it's about looking at why is your body, towers are going up all around us. There's nothing we can do about that. But how can we get your body into a better state of health and well-being so that it can cope with what's happening around it? So not allowing your system to start shutting down just because of what's happening environmentally or geopathically.
Wonderful. And how can people get a hold of you, Monica? If you can give us your website address, if you've got social media, email, any of those details that you want to share with us, please.
They can get hold of me on email. It's monica.wellbeing@gmail.com. They can also get hold of me on the Ask SA website, the Kinesiology South Africa website. And they can get hold of me directly on my website, which is www.energykinesiology.co.za. And all the information with all the questions, like your frequently asked questions about kinesiology, the benefits of kinesiology, it's all on my website as well.
Wonderful. And don't forget that you can go to the Body and Mind website. It's bodyandmind.coza. Also our blog site, bodyandmindblog.coza. And you can interact with us that way. Put Monica Costa in the search bar and you can get all of those details. And I'll also provide all the links below. You can also download the Body and Mind Health Directory app in your Apple as well as in your Play stores, and you can interact with us that way. Please subscribe to the Body and Mind YouTube channel and get notifications with our next conversation so that you could share that with somebody that you think can gain benefit from this. Great. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing your beautiful work and for entrusting Body and Mind to assist you with your marketing. And welcome on board.
Thanks so much, Nirvana. It's been awesome.
Thank you very much, Monica. Bye-bye.